my fellow adventurers, Kevin here. Welcome back to Living in Grand Adventure. Today I am in the woods doing a little day hike at Sycamore State Park. It's in an area just west of Dayton, and I just figured I'd come check it out, see what it looks like, and get out and get a little bit of exercise. So I'll bring you guys along with me, and we'll take a look at this trail here at the state park, going down a series of stairs, if you can't tell, right here at the very beginning. I parked at I can't remember, it's a picnic overlook area. I believe that's actually literally what it says. If there's an actual name, I'll post it on the screen right here. But that's where I've started my little trip. And now we're down those steps and heading into the woods. And there is a little pond up here, and it looks like there's actually some folks fishing. A little bit bigger pond than what we stayed at the Charles C. Dean Wilderness. I already see a couple of benches you can sit at. That's kind of cool. Looks like there's some people over here fishing, some gentlemen over here. Came around that little pond over there, and I told you there was a couple of gentlemen fishing, and I try not to record when other people are around to give them a little bit of privacy. And I said good morning, and they said good morning and kind of stopped me for a minute. I guess they had seen me videoing as I come in, and they were asking what I was doing. I told them what I do as far as YouTube channel and things like that, and they were quite interested. And the one gentleman has actually been to like Zaleski and some of the places that we've been to, East Fork. Little stream crossing here, kind of cool. But anyway, going back to them, he'd asked if I'd done Zaleski and Wildcat and some of those. I was like, yeah, of course, I've done those. And he's been Red River Gorge. We were talking about that he's been up to Courthouse Rock, a few places like that, like we had. And that was kind of neat to meet a fellow adventurer on the trail, guys. Who would have thought here at just a little state park? But they're fishing for the day. They actually already had a few catches, look like some catfish and things. And I would assume, yes, you can catch here and keep, because they had it down in a bucket with one of the oxygen pumps to keep them alive, to keep them fresh for maybe dinner tonight, guys. But that was kind of cool to meet someone who's actually done some of the backpacking trails and stuff here in Ohio. It's very overcast this morning. The temperatures are in the low 50s. It's kind of neat. Oh, got a little division here. Let's figure out which way we got to go. Oh, it looks like they actually promote cross-country skiing as well, guys. Look at this. This is kind of neat. I've not seen this on a trail before in here in Ohio. Trail is a little bit soggy. We've had some rain here lately, but nothing that's not manageable. A little bit of mud here, but not too bad. Just kind of stay over here on the side a little bit out of that water. Oh yeah, definitely a muddy little area right through here, guys. There are points here in the park. Just crossed point O and N. It's literally the road back there that I just crossed. And now, kind of on this little paved path. It's a typical fare for a state park, you know. Not too woodsy, but definitely nice to get out and get a little exercise. I'm having fun. Wish it was a little bit sunnier, because it is very, very overcast. It's kind of a down point, because when we first got up this morning, Jenny and I looked outside. It was extremely sunny, really pretty, and it's just clouded over since as I drove down this direction. Once again, I had to take Jenny and drop her at work, and I said, well, I'll make a day of it and go over and do a healthy day hike. It is really nice to see a lot of green, guys. Big difference from literally just over a week ago when we were in the Charles C. Dean Wilderness. There, you know, the first signs of spring had just started, and now a lot of it's green. I mean, even some of the trees are starting to sprout. But today is April 13th, so you will of course start seeing more signs of spring moving forward. It looks like we've got another point coming up. And there definitely are benches littered throughout the park so far. We'll be stopping at one of those to have lunch. So yes, just crossed in. This was the road that we crossed O and N, and now we're at M. We're heading along the Orange Trail up to L here. Making really good time. It's a very flat trail. I was hoping to extend this out and maybe do about six hours on trail. I don't see that happening. I'll be lucky to get 3 hours. Of course, I will have a lunch. I'm gonna stop and eat. And if we see anything, I mean, there's supposed to be a couple of nice little creek areas and maybe a couple more of those ponds. Maybe we'll be able to see a few things to look at, guys. So guys, we're at point J now, right here. You come out at K, and I almost went to I, but I don't want to do this. This is the way I'm going to come back. So I'm going to do this southern section. So we got 0.7 miles to our next point. This is kind of neat on the side of the trail here. Got some enclosures around these, and there are some that aren't. It's kind of neat. And here's another one. I wonder if those are endangered species and they're just kind of doing that to maybe prevent them being destroyed. I'm not sure. If anyone knows, leave a comment, or maybe I'll do some research. But for now, we are heading on. Did cross that bridge, which crossed the creek. So the creek is on our left side, because generally these trails run adjacent to the creek that we've been looking at occasionally. And still just a wide open flat trail, guys. Like I said, it's not the most interesting trail, but I'm just enjoying being in the woods, guys. Oh, what fun. Series of stairs. Yay. We know we love stairs. That's okay. This is actually the only elevation gain I've seen besides one small hill that was like 10 feet. Gosh, and steps are very slippery when wet. Use handrail. I can do that. Yeah. Pretty well maintained area so far. Haven't seen anything that really speaks to mind of not having good maintenance. There was kind of a rickety bridge, but nothing major there. Got a little seat right here. That's kind of cool. Yeah, they've even come in and replaced the handrails here. Looks like this section kind of ruined out, so they just put in a new section recently. Kind of cool. It's kind of narrow, but not a big deal. Yay, stairs. We come up and multiple divisions. Looks like you can go out that direction. Yeah, we're going this way. Kind of cool. Might go over this little overlook here. So I do believe we're getting a little bit more remote into the park. The trail is a little bit narrower. I mean, it's still wide open, but it's a little bit more narrow. And I am starting to see some more inclines. Yeah, before we crossed the bridge there and come across that road, it was pretty flat. And we're seeing some more inclines now, which is okay. I'm not stressing inclines because they're definitely not severe inclines, but it just feels like we're a little bit more remote in this area. And when I did cross that road, it did actually have a sign posted that we were headed into hunting area, hunting territory. So they do hunt here too. Keep that in mind if you're in here during hunting season. I would recommend wearing bright colors. You know, your bright orange, bright yellow, something like that. That way you don't accidentally have an accident on trail with someone hunting over in the woods here. It's 10:15 now. Been on the trail just about 2.3 miles, 2 1/3, which is definitely not bad considering the times I've stopped to take video and pictures as well. Definitely check out my Instagram right here. We'll have some pictures and stuff on there that you won't see on YouTube. It's kind of a neat little way to kind of keep tabs on the channel, and starting to pick up some followers there. That's kind of cool. Thank you guys for those of you who have headed over there and followed me. And also, I do want to say thank you to my subscribers as well as my non-subscribers who view the channel. Please subscribe, guys. But the channel is almost to 200 subscribers, which is really exciting. And I did just cross 40,000 views on the channel. That's really awesome. That's an achievement I wasn't even sure if I'd ever see. But 40,000 views is not bad. Quite happy with that. Thank you guys for watching the videos, and hopefully you're enjoying them as much as you have in the past. We just crossed another road, and now we're heading into the last stretch before we get to the area where we'll have lunch. We're going over to, I believe it's point B, and there'll be a small 1/10 of a mile detour we're going to take to the south over to point A, and there should be like a little parking area And I'm hoping there'll be some picnic benches and stuff like there was where we started. And if there is, I'm gonna stop there, have a mid-morning snack, early lunch, and see how things are going. Kind of fill up on a little bit of Gatorade. I've got a Gatorade bottle in my pack here. I'm gonna drink on then. Oh, this is a little dicey, guys. All right, we'll watch this hill, make sure we don't go down it. Looks like someone's actually already slid right here. We'll get over to this tiny little bridge that's very, very wobbly. Whoa. It's the first time I could say they could do some maintenance there. Still not too bad though. I do see some blue sky in the distance, and the sun is trying to peek out, so we may have a decent little hike back over to the car, which would be kind of neat. This is a nice little area, kind of opened up. Ooh, well, let's take a look here. Oh, kind of cool. I'm gonna walk down here and take a look. We got plenty of time today, guys. Not in a rush. Very cool. And just like that, the sun come out. The overcast is completely gone. There's a few white clouds in the sky, but all that haze and that dreariness is burnt off, and the sun is out, draining out the woods, guys. Haven't seen too many people on trail this morning. Saw the gentleman fishing, and I just passed a guy walking his dogs. He had a couple of boxers, and other than that, it's been relatively peaceful, relative solitude, guys. Still a few clouds in the sky, but nothing major. And with the green coming out and the colors in the trees starting, it's really pretty morning now. Pretty day so far though. Up, another bench here, guys. These are definitely littered throughout the park. There was a stretch of about 1.5 miles I didn't see one, but this is the third one I've seen in the last about half mile. And I do believe those might actually be bullet holes, guys. Kind of interesting. Just past point B, and like I said, I'm taking this little excursion, if you will. It's about 1/10 of a mile over here to what I'm hoping will be some picnic tables. We'll sit down, give me a little bite of lunch, relax for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Like I said, I'm not in a huge rush today. It's just now 11 o'clock, and I don't have to be off trail until Probably the latest would be 445, which should be no problem. Sitting at just under 4 miles. It's like 3 3/4 miles, and hadn't even been on trail 2 hours, and took plenty of video and pictures. So it's kind of neat. So we come out of the trail, and like I said, there is a little area right here. It's like maybe a little parking lot right over there, and a bathroom. And I see some picnic tables right here in the shade. I'm gonna hop on one of these, sit down, get me a bite to eat. Little kiosk right there. It's kind of cool. Nice big field. You come in here, have you a nice little picnic. This may actually be a fire pit right here. I'm gonna walk over and look at that after I eat. We'll just take a look. But yeah, I'm just gonna hit one of these little picnic tables right here and have me a good little lunch, guys. So lunch is done, and I'm back on the trail now. It's about 11:30. Pretty good day so far. It's gotten really pretty. It's starting to warm up really nice. I checked the temperature while I was sitting up there. I mean, I have cell signal, of course, and it shows it's still in the mid-50s, but it's just comfortable. Really digging the weather today, especially after, you know, the sun has come out. And you know, we are right here down beside this creek. Like I said, this trail kind of runs adjacent to it. So, you know, I mean, you know, it's nothing spectacular, but just being able to be back out, just like I said when we were at the Charles Deem Wilderness, I just wasn't sure at one point in time this year if I'd ever make it back out here, and to be able to be out on a nice, pretty spring day, it just makes me happy. Just enjoying the weather and the trail and having fun. So we're at point C. Got to go up across this bridge to point D, and then we're going to be on the northern section of this particular loop. This is the far eastern edge of Sycamore State Park here in Ohio, guys. Just going to cross this bridge, and then we'll take another dip back down into the woods. That's kind of pretty. It does continue out that direction across the road there. And Trotwood Madison City Schools Board of Education. But we're not really concerned with that, because I do see our trail entrance back up into the woods over here. It's really cool. Like I said, guys, a beautiful day. It's cleared off so nice. I was really worried we would have clouds all day, and now we have beautiful spring day. And here we are, heading back in. This is the Ghost Hedge Nature Trail. You see it right there. And more signs of spring. And point D. Time to head back towards the car. Looks like we've got some uphill. Uh-oh. Haven't done much of that today. There's not much elevation gain or loss on this trail. It's more about the length of the trail that I was looking at. Kind of interesting, just a stick poked down into the ground right in the middle of the trail. Why would anyone would do that? Huh. Oh well, leave no trace, so I'm leaving it the way I found it. Oh, there's some more of these purple trees. Might go home and look up, see what type of trees those are, because those are kind of neat here in the spring, here in Ohio. I've seen those a couple of times. Yeah, not too bad of an incline there. I will let you know, I've been into the northern section of the trail probably for about 2/10 to a quarter mile now. It's a lot more rugged than the south side. A lot more rocks and roots and debris, and we're further away from the creek on this side as well. So if you're coming out, might actually be a good idea to do it clockwise to get the harder part of the trail over with, because so far, now of course once I turn on the camera it levels out and it gets pretty smooth again, but that little quarter mile hike from that bridge over to where I was just now, yeah, that was a little bit more rugged. I mean, you know, nothing major, but just making a comment on the trail. We're down next to the creek again, and it's pretty flat through here. The trail's definitely drying out. Yeah, it's not even really that soggy. I mean, it's just kind of soft now. No mud, not much water on the trail. I come around the bend and the first thing I saw was this water. I thought, oh God, what am I going to do with that? The trail's over here. I thought at first that was the trail. No, we're good. Just get through this little muddy area and then we're back on the side here. All right. Kind of neat little area. Now I figure in August all this would be dried out, and we have seen some rain lately, so not quite as much as I'm normally used to in the spring though here in Ohio. But of course we still got, you know, all of the rest of April, and then May is pretty wet as well. Oh my goodness, I gotta step over a branch. This is actually the first time I've had to do this. All right, looks like that would be part of the bridle trail. It shows hiking this direction. Let's see where it's taking us, because there's multiple offshoots when you reach into areas like this. Because see, it goes down that direction, but you also go this way. And a lot of times they were meeting up. I think I'm gonna go this way and just avoid the water. And it will bring us a little bit closer to the creek. That water's rushing. It's kind of cool. So I was coming down the trail from this direction, going that way. And I come up on this. Maybe an old fireplace. It's kind of neat. I like finding little things like this on the trail occasionally. Don't see it too often, you know, in established parks, but I was kind of glancing around to see if I saw maybe a foundation for a house or anything, and I don't really see much. So, I'm not sure what that was, but just a little find on the trail, guys. Yeah, pretty muddy right through here, it looks like. If you can hear, it's really soggy. Get the sense we're up a little bit higher on elevation here. I've been kind of going up at a grade for a little while. These trees are a little bit smaller than what I've been seeing. But just get a sense that we're up, because I'm hearing vehicles in the distance, but they're below me. So I would assume we're definitely a little bit higher up. And I can't hear the creek now, which I've been able to hear that for the most part all day. So it's kind of neat. A little bit more of a remote area here too. But of course we are heading back towards the western side of the park where it didn't seem to be quite as remote, just didn't have that feel. But this is probably the furthest that I've been from a trailhead the whole day as far as, you know, linear distance. And it just, yeah, has a little bit more of a remote feel for, you know, a state park that's surrounded by interstates. And it doesn't seem to be quite as much foot traffic through here either. I've been watching for different footprints and things like that, and I'm not seeing nowhere as near as many. If you notice, the trail isn't quite as downtrodden either. So, another pretty tree, guys. Look at this one. That one's pretty vivid. It's got its companion right beside it. It's starting to come out, but this one's pretty. Wow. So I've been talking about the different signs of spring, the purple trees, the different flowers that we've seen, and then I come up on this. That is really cool. It's the only tree I've seen like that so far, this white tree. And it's right here beside a purple one. That was just really awesome to come up on. Pretty neat. So here's a group camp. This is kind of nice looking up in here. A little bit off trail, but just figured we'd take a look. You have to have a permit to camp here. I think all of these are actually still closed here in Ohio, though, unfortunately. But there's obviously been people here. Look at this. They destroyed the fire ring. Man, come on, people. It's a nice little area, though. But yeah, they decided to come in here and destroy stuff. I don't understand people, guys. Little bird boxes right here too. I did see a couple of deer about a quarter mile back. I just wasn't able to get the camera out fast enough to get it on film for you guys, unfortunately. But there were a couple of them just going through the woods, and I just caught a glimpse of them myself, so definitely didn't get the camera out fast enough. But that's okay. Saw a mallard duck too from a distance, and it caught a glimpse of me and took off down the creek. So okay, not bothering you, my friend. But yeah, I think we're slowly starting to come back down towards the creek off that elevation that I was at. Got a plane up in the air, probably coming out of Dayton. Another little vantage point here. Some cascading water and some mud. But we're going to traipse through it and go take a look. May not go down that incline though. That looks pretty nasty right there. It's kind of cool. I think actually I took video right over there coming in. That's kind of funny. It's kind of cool. It's sunny now, so it's much prettier. Looks like we got another road crossing coming up. Check our progress and see where we're at in relation to the car. I'd say we still got about 2 miles, which is not bad. Should be able to knock that out fairly quickly and easily. Yeah, I think this isn't the busy road I crossed, because the very first one I crossed was extremely busy. Yeah, there's a point here, and then there's one across the street here. We'll go check that one. It's actually a little parking lot right here. Kind of cool. Yes, point H is what I'm seeing. Oh. I hope I got that on the GoPro. Little groundhog just ran across the path there, right behind point H. So we are here, heading this direction. This is a pretty long stretch right here. This is 0.8 miles by itself, so it's gonna be a little bit of a haul, but that's probably about half of what I've got left, if not more. Yeah, little groundhog went right over in there. Oh yay, steps. Just love steps. Lots of steps. No. All right, here we go. All right, I'm done. Somebody come get me. Might get to the top of these stairs here, the second bench that's up here, and stop and take a little break. I've been pounding out the distance pretty quickly over the last few minutes, so it might not hurt to stop and take a water break and grab a little trail mix here. So guys, are getting a little bit of views here up on this ridge. It's kind of neat, overlooking the creek and stuff, you know, kind of enjoying it. So I believe we've come down the majority of the elevation. We're way back up on the ridge over there, as you saw. Come down a series of declines, crossed a couple bridges, and now we're pretty flat again. Just strolling in the midday warmth. It's about it's in the mid 60s now. It's warmed up pretty nice, and just enjoying the day now. All Trails has us clocked in at right about 6.5 miles right now, so that's really cool. I think with a couple of my detours, I'm probably going up doing closer to 8, so I've probably got about 1.5 miles to go. But the majority of what we got left should be very similar to this, guys. Up on that ridge, and as we came down, it got very, very rugged, and you know, kind of like that one area I was mentioning before. Lots of stones, lots of roots, But now we're back into the wide open path. Like I said, it seems the further you get west in the park, the more developed it feels, the more cleared off. I know no part of the trail has been bad. I mean, nothing's been overgrown. There's been no trees across. I've seen like 2 trees the whole time. So don't take it wrong that I'm saying that parts of the eastern side of the park are not as well maintained. I'm just saying they're more rugged. So, I mean, it's been an awesome day hike. I probably will come back and do this one again eventually. Maybe bring some people down if they just want to get out and do a day hike and feel like doing 7-8 miles. So, not too bad. And like I said, it's not a very hard trail at all. I mean, very doable. Looks like we're coming up across another road. Top of the hill, come from down there, it actually goes around the bend and then goes down. But into a pine forest. What more can I find today that I'm enjoying? Straight up pines on both sides of the trail. Yeah, pretty cool. Only thing is, I hear a lawnmower in the background. If I did not hear that, it would be a great day. What can you expect though? Like I said, we're pretty close to private property in between interstates. Still not complaining. And seeing a pine forest, it's kind of neat. Made a comment earlier, I wish I could see some pines. Here we are. You can't ask more of a day hike than what I've gotten out today. It started out really cloudy and cool in the low 40s, and it is in the mid 60s, coming up on 70, and just beautiful blue skies. Nice trail for a day hike. Yeah, I'm enjoying it, guys. Wow. This has been cool. And once again, coming up on another bench. I don't need to sit down. I don't plan on sitting down until I get to the car unless we have something happen. The northern side does have more elevation up and down. And with that, it just seems like you stay up a lot more off the creek. And I got a feeling I'm gonna be up here on this incline for a little while. Well guys, we're kind of in the home stretch here. We're at O. Gonna come over here, do this 1/10 of a mile, and then we're taking this north loop back to the car, which should be right around S. So yeah, definitely almost done. Come from that way, going this direction. This is the busy road I told you about. And if you notice, right across the way, there's a sign that does say entering hunting area. So, but that road's very busy. Last stretch of a beautiful day hike. Yes. Probably put this day hike, as far as weather and the area for the most part, on terms of the day hike I had a couple years ago with Alex at Germantown. This is kind of neat. It did open up into this big field here. We're coming from right here, actually. Out this direction looks like it's private property, things like that, but the trail's right here. So we'll go up in here, should hit the next point pretty quickly, and we will continue on the northern end of the park there. So guys, we made it to point P right here. We did this section this morning. We're going to go this section today. And that looks like half a mile. We should be back to the car, guys. I come up a pretty hefty incline. It's actually the largest incline I've had today. And come up into this area. Got a little sign here. See what this says. Oh, it's talking about some of the trees in the area. It's kind of dirty. I don't know if you guys can read that. It's talking about the Ohio buckeye tree. The Ohio state tree. It's kind of neat. You guys could pause that and take a look at that if you want. Ohio buckeye. It's very popular in this area. Done some clearing up in here. If you see the logs laying around, actually looks like they had some blowdown over here too. Wow. But once again, they've, you know, cleared the trail and it's extremely maintained. Of all the places I've been in Ohio, this is probably one of the most well-maintained areas and maintained trails that I've seen. Short of like the metro parks. Because like Taylorsville and Germantown both are extremely well maintained as well. But as far as state parks, yeah, this is a nice little state park, guys. And there's not really much to it. I mean, you know, it doesn't have like a family campground. And, you know, it literally just has, probably altogether, if you did all the trails, you might get 15 miles. So, and what I've seen of the bridle trail too, I've crossed it a couple of times and walked a very small portion of it that was part of the hiking trail. It wasn't rutted out or anything. So, you might be able to actually come in and hike that area too. Another side. Talking about the American sycamore. That's kind of neat. That's the first time I've seen these. I've seen posts throughout the park, but like the sign either won't be there or the post is broke off. You know, that would be the only thing I guess I could say isn't maintained. But even then, it's still kind of neat to see those. Point R, guys. Right here. Point 2 to S. And that is where the car is at. And this is probably what we'll see the rest of the way. Just this wide open path. Yep. It's kind of cool. I could have went that direction, went back past the pond, but we saw that this morning. Just figure we'll do the whole trail. And not backtrack anything besides the two or three little connector trails they have on here. Finishing it up. Kind of nice. I'm pretty sure that the trail might be 7.3, 7.4 miles. I don't know if you saw that. That was a cardinal that just went across the path. That was kind of cool. But the path itself is like 7.3, 7.4 miles. I'll be well over 8 miles for the day between the backtracking and going over to like where we went to the day camp or the group camp and things like that. I've just added more mileage to it. Another little bench right here, but it's definitely warming up. It's almost 70 degrees, guys. Whew. Wasn't expecting temperatures quite that warm. Not complaining, enjoying it. At least it's not 100 degrees like Archer's Fork or Red River Gorge a couple years ago. So we just finished up the trail, come out of the trailhead. Started in over here, come out over here. Real fun day. Nice long hike. We'll put the totals up on what I did, how fast and such. But I really had fun today, guys. Beautiful, beautiful weather. I can't believe how clear it turned off, how nice. So if you have enjoyed the video, definitely like, share, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Put the links right here. And definitely, guys, it's been awesome. Glad to share this with you. We'll see you on the trail the next trip. Always remember to live your grand adventure to the fullest, guys. We'll see you next time.